Super busy day today, everybody, but had to jump on here real quick to talk about what just happened. So I guess by now, many of you may have heard the news. Others may not have heard the news. So let me be the first to tell you, if you have not heard it, that it has been announced that Joanne Reid's show on MSNBC will be canceled. One day this week will be her last show. They have not said which day it will be. I want to come on here to talk about this for a little bit and to talk about not only what it means for her, but what it means for you. So share this, please. Share this very much. Please share this because this is important. If you're a Black person especially, I want you to know this matters to you. Whether or not you watch her show, whether or not you've know of her work at all, I want you to know this matters to you. So share this, share this, share this, because I'm about to share some things that's very important for you to know. By the way, my name is Dr. Avis, and I have been on it all year, actually, since the very beginning of this tragedy with this administration. This is just another one of the, if you ask me, it's a forebearer of things to come for Black people. But first, let's talk about what's going on with Joanne Reid and how the lie that MSNBC is saying about why they are canceling her show is just that. It's a lie. All right, so let's get going, because I don't even, I'm super busy. I have a lot of things I'm doing today. Tomorrow, Innovation starts, which is my 5-day innovation series. You can sign up for it right there, innovationtoelevation.com. So I have a lot of stuff to do to finish up all the loose ends with that. But I had to come on for a moment to talk about this. Number one, what you are seeing here is not at all a reflection of the quality of that show. It's not at all even a reflection of how well that show is doing in the ratings, even though that's what they're telling you. And I have some data here to share with you to show that that's a complete and utter lie. What you are seeing right now is a public flogging. What you are seeing right now is what you can expect to see in terms of the shifting culture in this society, particularly as it relates to unapologetic Blackness. What you are seeing right now obviously has nothing to do with quote unquote merit, has nothing to do with qualifications. This is what it looks like to bend the knee when you are a media institution. And this is exactly why we need our own spaces. And it's so much why I'm so excited about what we're doing at Max Black and getting that off the ground and getting the support that we need to get this out off the ground long and strong and hard. But even beyond the media, if you are a professional, if you are excellent at what you do, pay attention to what's happening, Joanne Reid. And know that being excellent will not save you. Being excellent as you do, particularly as a Black woman, but as Black people generally, will not save you. And not just generally Black, it's a certain type of Black person that they want to humble. Certain type of Black person that they want to punish and flog publicly. This is an attack on unapologetic Blackness. Now, let me make my argument as to why what they're saying around the ratings is complete and utter bullshit. Now, it is true. It is true that following the elections, there was a dive in ratings for MSNBC. And it was really led by the dive in ratings for Morning Joe. Let's just be real about that. Joe and Mika are fine. They ain't going nowhere. But do tell, let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. When they went to visit Trump and bend the knee, and then they came back on their show and told people about it, their ratings dropped immediately. It dropped by like 12 points in one day. That was when you began to see this huge sort of drop in ratings on MSNBC. And I believe a lot of it had to do, honestly, a lot of it is our power on as Black people too. I mean, and as Black women specifically, we were saying we need to rest, and we did rest, and we sort of unplugged and we got away. And other than that, I think other people were sort of dismayed, shocked, saddened, and just were not wanting to hear about everything that was going on. And since the Democrats have been so mealy-mouthed, there was really nothing there for them to see that would inspire them to watch. But there was this huge drop. It was a huge drop in ratings after Joe announced that him and Mika went to meet with the person who he had just been previously describing as this, anti-democratic dictator that was coming into office, but he was going to go there and kiss the ass of the dictator, apparently. And then once that came out, people stopped watching. Now, here's what I want you to see. Things have changed. Things have shifted. Since then, if I were to be able to share the screen here, let's see. Share screen. Okay. I want you to take a quick look at this video. Look at this. Bam. Wait a minute now. I thought they said that the ratings had plummeted, and that's why they had to cancel her. Wait a minute. They're not telling you the whole story, y'all. They are not telling you the whole story. After Inauguration Day, it's gone back up. After Inauguration Day, it is growing. 39%, up 39% in prime time, month over month. Since Inauguration Day. Joanne Reid's show is, guess what? It's in prime time. So, number one, that's a lie. Okay. That's a lie. Then they want to tell you, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me send this message. I'm getting a thing here. Then they want to tell you that, okay, it's just hers. It's her show. Okay. It's her show. That's the problem. It's not many people are watching her show, and therein lies the problem. And so this is the issue. All right. So let me share it with you, some other data around that, because I took some time to put some things together, some numbers together before I came on here, so y'all can really see what's happening and what's not happening. Okay. So I pulled out the data from their prime time shows and looked at all of their ratings. Top of the heap is Rachel Maddow's show. No surprise there. Rachel Maddow came back to the network on a daily basis, 5 times a week. She had been gone. So she's at the top. So you might say, okay, well, what's next? We got Lawrence O'Donnell. We got Deadline White House. Shocked the hell out of me. They have Inside with Jen Psaki. I think she's boring as hell, about as delicious as British toast and beans, but somebody likes it, okay? The Beat with Ari Melber, All In with Chris Hayes, and The Readout. They're all at the top. They're towards the top half of all the shows. The number of viewers, the audience of The Readout is damn near 1 million people. It's 922,000 people. It's the audience for that show. as compared to 973,000 of All In with Chris Hayes, and he's not going anywhere. But you know what else that compares to? That compares to 765,000 of 11th Hour with Stephanie Rules, and she's not going anywhere. That compares to 458,000 of Al Sharpton's show, and he's not going anywhere. But I'm not going to get into why right now. That compares to under 500,000, like 400 and some thousand for Jonathan Capehart's 2 shows. He's still not going anywhere. The Beat Weekend, 394,000. Eamon's show, 302,000 and down 18%. And he still ain't going nowhere. Interesting, ain't that? MSNBC Prime Weekend, it's going up and trending up, but it's still only 273,000 in terms of the viewership. Rachel Maddow Weekend is going down, but it's 273,000 in weekend viewership. So you mean to tell me the show that is doing nearly 1 million people in viewership is going to stay there, while all these other shows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows that are doing worse than hers is going to stay? Let me make the main point that I'm getting to here, you guys. What they are telling you about her show being poor, around the poor ratings at MSNBC, and that's why they're getting rid of her show, is ridiculous. It's because their ratings are going up, number one. Number two, there are tons of shows on MSNBC that she outperforms. Tons of them. So she is being targeted. So you might ask yourself, why? And why is this relevant to you? This is relevant to you because, as I have said from the beginning of this administration, what it is doing right now in terms of the attacks on DEI, in terms on the clear and overt racism that are coming out of that White House and coming out of Elon Nazi Musk's mouth and actions, that's coming out of their selections in terms of who they choose and who they fire. Notice who they're getting rid of there. They just got rid of a 4-star Black general to replace him with a 3-star white general. What I'm telling you is, at the same time that they're doing that, you also have various different companies that are coming out with their sort of anti-DEI tirades. How you doing, Brian? All of this is to say, this has absolutely nothing to do with DEI, but what it does have to do with is anti-Blackness. What it does have to do with is an overall culture that is signaling that we want to see less Black people, that is signaling that we want to deprioritize, not even that, demoralize Black people, that we don't want to amplify unapologetically Black voices and or Black excellence. We don't want that. Now, some of you will say, you love to sip after the lyrics, but it's true. And here is what I want you to be prepared for. That same modus operandi is true, not only in the media industry. It's true because it's, honestly, to tell you the truth, it's kind of normal. Let's also be absolutely Gregory Calloway. Here is what I want you to understand, you guys. This same mindset and this same shift is not absolutely completely abnormal. Like when you have a new administration that comes into office, it's not that unusual that oftentimes media organizations will shift a little bit their programming to fit what they believe is the new direction of the nation, right? So I remember the first time that he came into office, they actually gave this very sort of right-wing former Fox News guy a show on MSNBC. It didn't last long. but they did. But what they're doing right now to Joanne is they're trying to publicly shame her because she would say things that nobody else on that network, let's just be real, had the balls to say. She would bring people on to her show that nobody else on that network would bring onto theirs. She would give people the chance to have their voices heard, bold, unapologetic voices heard in the ways that other people wouldn't. And even other people, let's just be real, that might be perceived as activists. I'm just going to say what I said. So here's what I want you to understand. Know that as a Black person in this society, this has always been the case, but I feel like the pendulum is swinging even more further over to the right, no pun intended. Your excellence will not save you. She is, Gregory, you're exactly right. They're getting rid of her in the same way that they got rid of Tiffany Cross. Absolutely. Here's what I want you to understand. Your excellence will not save you. In fact, your excellence will serve as a reminder of their mediocrity. Okay, to the person that likes me sipping after I say stuff, take that one. Your excellence will serve as a stark reminder and a source of irritation because it elevates their mediocrity. And because they understand that your excellence, your ability to outshine, to outdo, to perform at this level highlights, like how the hell, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to be honest here. I don't understand Jen Psaki. I don't even know how to pronounce her damn name. Okay, the one that used to be she was the first press secretary under Biden. She left him pretty early and then came over there and got her deal with MSNBC. She is about as interesting as watching damn paint dry. What she benefits from is a good ass time slot where there is very little competition for her. They have propped her up for months until they found a good time slot for her. But who is watching that boring ass stuff? I just really want to know. All right. Why does this matter? Once again, why does this matter to you? Besides the fact that this means that what they are doing is they are bending a knee to Beelzebub. They are letting him know that some of his most brilliant and spot-on critics, they will not make room for on their network. And they are creating an atmosphere there where it is very clear that certain people cannot say certain things, cannot make certain stances. So those who remain they get that message. It's almost say they know where the boundary is. And I'm not going to hate on them because they got mouths to feed, they got things to do, but I want you to understand that that's going to impact what you hear and what you don't hear, and the way you hear it and the way you don't hear it, and the people that you get a chance to even see in those spaces and the people that you don't get a chance to see. Please stay close to me because I will let you know as we continue to make more progress on the full launch of Max Black, my media company, because we want to be able to highlight those voices that they are, and others, that they are attempting to silence. But even before that, I want you to think about how you can protect you. How you can protect you. It is very clear. I've said from the very beginning that this administration is all about eliminating, taking out, undermining Black excellence, the Black middle class, Black entrepreneurship, Black economic power. That's what this administration is all about. And it also ties over into our sources of information. That's a good question, Gregory. So Gregory from YouTube is asking, can Joy sue? I doubt it. Now I'll say this. Y'all do realize, I forgot to mention, just a few months ago, they used to have a Black woman president of MSNBC. Interestingly, she was president when Tiffany Cross was asked as well. But she recently left. I believe it was a resignation, if I remember correctly, but it may have been a forced resignation. So she recently left. So with her gone, it probably made it easier to get rid of Joanne Reid. I did read, doing some previous research before I got on here with you guys today, it was reported that they had already negotiated with her to have a salary cut before this happened, under the auspices of the ratings are down in the network. And so they had already had her agree to less money, only to now go and completely cancel her show. I think the best revenge is her own thing, much like how you have now Club Shay Shay blowing all the way up, Shannon Sharp way outperforming what he used to do when he was on Undefeated. I just want to make sure that we support her and whatever her next thing is. But for you all, no matter where you are and no matter what you do, I want you to understand that we're going through a season. We are entering a season of retrenchment. We are entering a season of flat out, unmitigated anti-Blackness that will be raw, that will be unfiltered, that will be uncensored, that will be overt, that will no longer feel any shame around the anti-Blackness that they exhibit. So you need to be prepared to start thinking now about what other things can I do to be able to fortify myself if I'm next. Because I'm here to tell you right now, your excellence will not save you. Your brilliance will not save you. In fact, as I mentioned, it's my theory that the more brilliant you are, the more excellent you are, the more you make them feel uncomfortable because they get to witness it every day. And that little green little sense of envy starts to get in there. You become a source of irritation because you become a reminder of all that they are not. So, is that a bar, Brian? Did you like that one? Okay. Gregory says, will her viewers come with her? I sure hope so, Gregory. I know I plan to. I have had the opportunity to meet Joyanne Reid on several occasions. She's an incredible woman. She's very kind. I've appeared on her show before. I have been on panels that she's moderated before. She is a brilliant sister who cares about Black people and our ability to rise. She is a sister in every respect of the word. For those of you who, she's also Guyanese American. My boys are half Guyanese. My oldest has gotten a chance to meet her. I want y'all to understand that she is a sister and she deserves our support. And it's very, honestly, it is very, at this stage, you guys, please keep in mind that Fox News has more Black women hosts of their own show at this moment than MSNBC does. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I want y'all to understand what's happening. What's happening here? Be prepared. Be prepared. Your excellence will not save you. If you have a business and you are great at what you do, your excellence will not save you. If you are an employee at this moment, God forbid, if poor thing, I feel for you if you're a federal employee, your excellence will not save you. If you work in the corporate sphere or for a small business, your excellence will not save you. You have to be prepared for you. You have to start thinking beyond your current situation and start to think, what else can I do? What else can I create as a potential revenue source for me and my family in case these fools start acting crazy? Because it's just a matter of time, honestly. This is one of the big reasons why I'm having Innovation to Elevation, because it's time to start thinking about that. It's time to start really thinking strategically about what else can I do to bring in different revenue streams into my business. Or if you don't have a business and you need to start something to bring in some extra revenue streams, join me. You can go to innovationtoelevation.com, grab your seat. It's completely complimentary. We start off tomorrow. But I like I said, I'm finishing up some things with it today. So I don't have long that I can stay on here, but I really wanted to come on here and at least mention to you all what I was thinking, what I was going through. Joanne Reid is a good sister. She is a brilliant sister. There are really only 3 shows that I watch on that network regularly. Okay. I like Rachel Maddow. I like Dateline. What is it? White House with, I forget her name. The former Republican that's on at 4:00. I'll watch her show. Deadline, White House, whatever her name is. And Joanne Reid. Notice that of the 3, I only know 2 of the names. Okay. Yeah. Morning Joe, I have not really paid much attention to Morning Joe, honestly, since they came back from Beelzebub's house. Thank you. I appreciate you dropping that for me, Dre. And absolutely, Dre, go to innovationtoelevation.com and sign up. Or I will, when I get off here, I'll inbox you the information, or you can, or inbox you and you can give me your information and I can make sure you're signed up. Okay. So listen, you all, we got to have each other's back at this moment. We got to know that the problem is not internal. The problem is external. So we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared to provide for our families outside of what we're doing right now, and or in addition to what we're doing right now, because we're ushering in a moment of anti-unapologetic Blackness. And I'm being very specific when I say that. This is a moment of anti-unapologetic Blackness. Let me also say, this will be a moment where they're going to look to elevate. I'm trying to think of a good way to say this without sounding like it's a racial slur. They're going to look to elevate those people that are wearing the mask. Those people that have a Black face, but they are doing the work of elevating and legitimizing white supremacy. That's the best way to say it. It took a few more words, but that's what I'm trying to say. Those Black people are going to be elevated in this moment. Those Black people are going to be celebrated in this moment. Or at minimum, the Black folk who don't make waves. So they may not be overtly, they may be friends and not foe, but they understand that they have to play that game to survive. And I'm not going to hate on them because they got families to feed just like the rest of us. But know that those folks that are bold, that are brave, that are saying those things that need to be said in the moment, they're going to go after. And that's exactly what happened to Joy. I'm telling you, Rhonda, Lawrence is going to be okay. I like Lawrence. He's going to be okay. He would probably be the first to admit that because he's a white man, he's going to be okay. His ratings are looking pretty good too. I'm looking at him right now. I didn't even realize this till I looked at the things here. His ratings are second only to Rachel Maddow. Now, I think a lot of that also, once again, it has to do with positioning too. It definitely helps that he comes on right after Rachel. But I think it also helps that he is one of the bolder voices on that network. I still can't, Karen said, I met 2 federal employees yesterday and I almost cried at the table from the stories they shared. Prayerfully, they are still working about nervous about when and who is next to go. I understand that, Karen. And you know what really pisses me off about that? These people are invoking and they are perpetuating that fear on purpose. Like they want that. They want, these are evil people. I was sitting around here yesterday feeling really down, really low. And I didn't think about it until this morning about another reason. I should have put 2 and 2 together earlier. But I literally live right up the street from the Gaylord Hotel. I'm in National Harbor. I can walk to Gaylord in like 5 minutes or less. It's literally, I can look out my window and see it. That is where they had the CPAC conference. The conference where they had the video of Elon Musk with the chainsaw? That was going on right down the street with me. The conference where Beelzebub spoke yesterday? That was going on right down the street from me. And I have to believe all of that evil energy has seeped into my atmosphere, which is why I was feeling so down yesterday. The energetics of being in that close proximity to the evilness that was concentrated in that freaking hotel. Disgusting. Disgusting. These are evil people. I will say that just unapologetically. And I don't really give a fuck who I offend. It's true. These people are evil. And so when I read that, Karen, I want you to know, and I'm sure you understand, and I hope they understand, that this is not a reflection of who they are. It's a reflection of who they are. It's a reflection of being the battering, being honestly the targets of this evil cabal of racists, misogynists, oligarchy loving, dictatorial loving individuals who are trying to defeat them, not only economically, but right here. What they are engaging in is psychological warfare. In fact, the very last day of my training that I'll have next week is all about building the warrior mindset that you need to overcome a moment of psychological warfare, because this is exactly what's happening right now. This is psychological warfare. It's exactly what they want to do. Is they're trying to beat them into submission. They want them to leave. And they want them to leave because they want to get rid of all of the competent people, all the people that actually know what the hell that they're doing, because they want to just put all of their folk in those positions. I really believe this is a Manchurian candidate situation. And I'm really disturbed that the lack of leadership in DC right now on the other side, the fact that we clearly don't have an opposition party of substance is disturbing, because it doesn't have to take long for shit to happen. I mean, the whole stuff, if you look at other dictatorial regimes and takeovers in the past, if you were to compare them to Hitler, which I think honestly is a comparison that is worth making. I believe that they studied that man and they studied how he did what he did. And I believe they are trying to create a system where they will undermine the democratic system and put in place a dictatorial system in the way that he did it. And they are doing a lot of the same things that he did already. And it didn't take him long to do it. Y'all study history. What did it take, like 30 days for Hitler to undermine Germany's democratic system under very similar circumstances? That's what's going on. Tell your friends to be strong. Tell them that whatever they're doing, please supplement it with some other source of income. Tell them to be safe, not only financially, but physically. These people are crazy. I just try to tell all people within my circle, be prepared with food, with money, with arms. Absolutely, Angela. Brian says it is a continuation of psychological warfare that has been used against Africans across the diaspora to keep them in chains. You're exactly right, Brian. Black folks have been carrying this trauma for hundreds of years. So yes, care and special techniques are needed. Absolutely. Dre says, I'm asking those on my Facebook to defund Target, Walmart, and Tesla. Great. I love that, Dre. Angela says leaders are lacking clarity of thought to even have an impactful response. You're exactly right, Angela. People aren't used to being clear-minded with these kinds of operations. History all over again. It sure is. Jesus Christ. Brian says voices are being silenced out of fear of violence. You're exactly right. Y'all know. Y'all know. Not one lie told. So listen, we're gonna, send love to our sister Joanne Reid. Gonna reach out to her to let her know that she is loved, she is missed. I think if anything else, then MSNBC just really needs to decline even more, if you know what I mean. Once she's gone, I don't even know why I need to be there. And that makes me feel that much more excited about keeping you guys in the loop as we get moving forward faster with MSNBC. Good Lord, no. With Max Black, to give you some other options to watch for information, because we need some more of our own sources. We need places we can go where we can allow unapologetic Black thought to be free. And that's okay. We're here. All right. So once again, you guys, one last reminder. If you're looking to figure out what you can do in your business right now to expand what you're doing, to maybe grow something new, to be able to navigate this moment and find the opportunity in the eye of chaos, look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is a good example. So you remember how I told you how Club Shay Shay came out of my man being disrespected on his other show? I was on Undisputed on ESPN when Shannon Sharp was, in essence, berated by his co-host on there, left there. One could say that was a crisis. That was it was a man-made crisis, but it was a crisis nonetheless for him, like in his career. And what did he do? He left there. He created a new opportunity for himself, Club Shay Shay, along with other different podcasts that he has, and he is doing even better than he ever has before. I wish that for Joanne Reid. I hope that she does the same thing. But also, I want you to know that you all have the power to do that too, and you don't have to wait until that happens for you. You can start thinking now about what else can I do to expand the success of my business, and what else can I do if I want to start doing something else to supplement what I'm doing while I'm at work. And if that's you, come and join me, innovationtoelevation.com. That's innovationtoelevation.com. I look forward to seeing you there. We kick off tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm now feel really bad because I'd already planned it 7 p.m. Eastern. Everybody's expecting it. And I know that one day next week, Joanne's last show will be on 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'm just going to have to record it and watch them later. But I will tell you this. We need to be prepared. All right. So with that said, I look forward to seeing you guys there. I hope to welcome you next week, starting tomorrow. And until then, I hope y'all enjoy your Sunday. All right, everybody. Take care now. Take care. Bye.